Looks can sometimes be deceiving. Now, I know I'm wearing a Gorillaz t-shirt and I do have the long curly hair that's perfect to headbang to some heavy metal music, but I'm not really someone that goes to concerts all that much. There's just been one too many times where I've been surrounded by a group of people that are yet to discover the deodorant section in the grocery store, and it makes the entire experience very unappealing and gross, to be honest, but this is not an attack on concert goers at all. I totally get the appeal of it. But to me, nowadays, I much prefer to listen to my music blasting on the loudspeakers in my car or just with a nice pair of headphones on. But going back to that appealing factor of what can sometimes make concerts really wholesome, and it's that interaction between the fans and the artist up on stage. And I don't know if you're someone that has gotten the chance to sing with an artist up on stage, which has happened, and there are some awesome viral clips of that happening with fans, or if you're someone that gets a shout out because of a sign that you're holding or something like that, or maybe a artist has crowd surfed on you. Like, those are really wholesome, awesome moments that can happen in live shows, and it makes the whole event really a lot more personal and a lot more I guess it brings you closer to the artist that's performing on stage. That's someone that you may have only heard on the radio or while listening to them on your headphones, but you've never had that chance to have a real world connection with them. But probably the saddest display of connection I've seen between an artist and their fans has recently been at a Drake concert, funnily enough, and a photo that was taken of him standing on stage and the background just being full of fans with signs up, but all the signs are pretty much just begging for money, which I just think is really embarrassing, honestly. And for that to be what your fandom thinks of you and what they want from you is just really, really sad. Now, I don't want to clown on Drake too much. Obviously, he has had a very rough past 12 months, being that he is a millionaire famous musician. Other than that, he was also in a rap beef with Kendrick Lamar that is a battle that he lost, I'm sorry to admit. But recently he's also had a boost in popularity with his album Some Sexy Songs For You, that's spelt out with fucking dollar signs like he's a 12-year-old child, but I guess that isn't a minor part of his demographic, so he is pandering to that side of his fandom. But what I really want to do is take a look at this photo and just point out the weird array of signs that obviously Drake is looking at and reading while he's performing on stage. Probably the first group of posters that really stuck out to me here was in the top right corner, and the first person, well, their sign is actually kind of endearing and kind of wholesome and would be a nice thing if Drake kind of helped out with, but it says, "Help pay our dog vet bill." And then right below that, you have a lady holding a sign that says, "Help my BF buy me an engagement ring." And then obviously her BF is just to the right of her with a sign that says 5 years together. Asking for money to pay for vet bills is actually quite endearing because it's not a selfish request. It's actually quite a selfless request. You're helping an animal, which is a very dear pet and something that you welcome into your family. And it's a really nice thing to do. So I'm sure this person has very good intentions, but I feel like this is the wrong forum. I'm sure you can go to probably some better sites to ask for money to pay for vet bills. And then it just has fucking nothing to do with asking for an engagement ring, but also I think an engagement ring is more of a luxury in life. And so it's not really something that you need, and it's not something that anyone should really pay for you. I think you should save up and buy it yourself. Also, second from the top right corner, we have someone holding a sign that says, "Drake, give my father a break." I do not know what this means. I could not for the life of me tell you what this fucking sign means. And I'm sure that when Drake is singing God's Plan or something like that, this is not part of it. This is not part of God's plan. I don't know what you're asking for, and it's just ridiculously fucking weird. But then right below that, we have someone asking to help buy their man a car, which I'm sure if you can pay for Drake concert tickets through Ticketmaster, you should be able to save up for one of those yourself. Now, there are just so many signs here, and some of them are very blurry, so I'm not going to be able to get to all of them, but I'll rattle a couple off here as well. Someone, I don't know if this is a fucking crypto bro or whatever, but there's a sign that says Drizzy coin flip question mark. I, I, I don't know. What are you asking for? And then right above that as well, there's someone asking for money for a bachelorette party in Ibiza. Once again, a massive fucking luxury in life. If you want a bachelorette party in Ibiza, I think you should save up for that one yourself and not ask Drake and beg at a fucking concert for money to pay for a trip to Ibiza. And then speaking of fucking trips, right below, or actually right next to Drake, is a sign that says "Fly us to Greece." Just fly us to Greece. I don't know, what else? What else do you want? Do you want accommodation? Do you want your 30 kilos of luggage paid for? Like, I'm sure there are a bunch of amenities that you will need to fly to Greece with, and if you can afford those, you can afford the tickets to fucking Greece, and you don't need to ask Drake at a concert that you should just be enjoying your time at, rather than asking for money to pay for things in your life that you need or want. This image is just extremely dystopian, and then regardless of what the signs actually say, the people that aren't holding signs are being blocked by people that are asking for fucking money. Like, it's just such a weird scenario to be in, where you're buying very expensive tickets to a Drake concert and then you're being blocked by other people that have also paid a lot of money for a Drake concert that are asking for money to pay for things in their life. It's such a weird fucking scenario to be in, and it's such a dystopian image to look at, where a millionaire is being begged, just begged for so much money right in front of his eyes while he's trying to entertain and perform live music. Yeah, that's really about it. This is just such a weird image to look at, and there's so many fucking different interpretations you can make of it too. It, like, just another thing on top of everything, it's funny that your fans are asking for money rather than more music or a particular song they want you to sing. Like, they don't even care about the impact that you make on their life, which is music and entertainment. They just want money from you because you're a rich person. Like, it's just so fucking weird. But that's pretty much where I'll leave it. It's yeah, it's one of those images I feel like we would see in a history book at some point.